At this time, I want to invite all of the children of the church to come forward and join me up here in the chancel before our worship center time together. Good morning, everybody. Oh, wow. Good morning. Good morning. How many of y'all go fishing sometimes? Do you ever go fishing? Raise your hand if you ever fished. Yeah, I like to fish. Raise your hand if you've ever been ice fishing. Okay, a couple dyed-in-the-wool Michiganders. No, that's great. I used to go ice fishing all the time with my grandpa. It is, if you don't know what ice fishing is, it's awesome. It is so exciting. So basically, you put on every single article of clothing that you own, and then you walk out onto the ice of a big frozen lake in the middle of winter when it's about 50 degrees below zero, and you carry two sleds with you across the ice. One sled, which Grandpa carries, has all of the fishing poles and the buckets and bait and everything that you need to catch the fish that are under the ice. And the other sled has the beer, which is usually what the kid has to pull, which is like a case of beer across the ice. And then you get out there, and then you're out there for about, 16 hours, waiting for a fish to bite while Grandpa drinks the beer. And so the really fun part about this is, I'm drawing a blank, but what I do remember it was really fun sometimes. Okay, for some reason I do it now with my friend Ham Dog. We go out and we fish. But, the reason that I love to go fishing is not only because I like to eat fish. How many of you like to eat, how many of you like fish? I like to eat fish. Sometimes fried fish, fish tacos, any kind of fish. Salmon? Does anybody like salmon? Salmon's good fish. Yeah, that's good. Some of us don't eat fish. That's okay. Jesus really loved to eat fish. And I know this. Even though the Bible doesn't say specifically that fish was Jesus' favorite food, we know that it must have been because he ate fish after the resurrection. In fact, fish was the first thing that he ate after the resurrection. In one of the gospel stories, he rises from the grave, and the disciples see him on the beach because they're having a fish cookout, and they're really excited to see Jesus, and he's presumably excited to see them, but the first thing he says is, "Can I have some of that fish?" And he eats the fish. And so today what we're learning about is Jesus' message that we should be like fishers. We should be like fishermen, right? But instead of catching fish, we're supposed to catch people. Now, I know that that's kind of weird, and that's a little bit of a stretch of the imagination, but I really think what he means is that as Christians, one of the most important things that we can do when we go out there into the world is try to be a friend. And I think it's as easy as that, as try to be a friend. See, when he says that we're supposed to be fishing, what he means is that we can't always see what's going on under the water, right? We can't always see what's going on under the ice in somebody's life, right? But we can still try to be their friend, and we can still try to be in a relationship with them. I don't think it has to be a whole lot more complicated than that. And we can choose who we want to be friends with. I guess that's what I would like for a blessing this week, is to make more friends. And if that sounds like a good blessing to you, then we can share in it together. If you would raise a hand and blessing, and then repeat after me. This week, we will find new friends. Amen. That sounds like a good blessing. You all can go ahead and head to your worship centers this morning. Morning.